All that we have left to do is to go through the Global Relief Center and beat the final boss. We've done everything else. We'll let the title screen play through one last time. So we have a shitload of money. What does everybody else have? Alright, let's heal. Yeah, she's still sweeping. Okay. Let's go to Clandabella for a second. Because I want to get as many top-off drinks as I can get. Get rid of all this stuff that I don't need. I want to keep the metal detector. There's no reason to get rid of that. We're just gonna fill up top off drinks for everybody's thing. Okay. Because for the first part of the Global Relief Center, we're going to be on foot. Speaking of which, I think we have all the best weapons and shit we can get right now. Yeah, you have the rocket punch. You have the bazooka. And you should have the laser bazooka, yep. First, let's get protectors. Because we seem to be out of those. Okay. We'll hold off on equipping those for right now. Okay. Well, let's get these, so if we need to patch the tanks up, we'll have them. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think Santa Poco is where I could save while I was still in the tank. Because I don't feel like getting out of the tank to save. Fuck that shit. Not here. Yeah, here we are. Okay. This looks like the bigger problem. There we go. And since we took care of the guns already, we don't have to worry about getting shelled as we come up here. That's an issue. There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start at the top and work our way down. Okay, we already took care of the roof. Okay, we don't really need that anyway. Get rid of these first. And I forgot to put their protectors on. That's okay. Oh, and there goes his protector. Okay, so I was wrong. The sonic stunners are the problem. Okay. So seems to be running all of these different simulations. Okay, good. She can still gain experience at least. Okay. Okay, user access to master. No, we don't need that, but... Forgot to put their bulletproof vests on. Okay. There we go. So we need 4 passwords in order to access the central area. Okay, let's head to the stairs. Okay. No, I haven't seen one of these guys in a long time. Oh, perfect. Just what I needed. Nice. Good timing on that. Okay, but I need to go over here. And in this room. Yep, I need this as well. Okay. Ooh, two of them. Okay. There we go. There we go. So that's our second password. Okay. Okay. Don't need to go here. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So they're worried about the computer getting more powerful. So it seems there was a problem with the computer. I think Cats grabbed it. Nope, I did. Okay. Okay, there's the password we need. So we'll just look through these quick. So basically what happened is they made a computer to run simulations on the environment. Something happened with the computer to make it self-aware, and things went bad from there. But we'll get more of that information from Noah himself when we get to him. Alright, we don't have that much more to go. Okay, I believe we just have one more password left to find. Okay. Get rid of these first. these guys are easy. And there's the last one. Nope. All right. Let's start inputting these. So if we go into our items here, we can use this to read the memo, and that gives us all of our passwords that we need. Okay. And this is what we need the ID card for, so we can access these in the first place. And now we can just start putting passcodes in. How do you know which one goes into which computer? Figure it out yourself. That's basically what the game tells you. They don't really give you how to do this. You just have to keep plugging in the passwords until they accept them. 7, 2, 3, 9, 7. Okay. So that was one of them. One 95874. And I believe we're supposed to turn them off. Yes. So let me go back to this one. Five, 4, 2, 3, 9, 7. Okay. Seven, 9, 3, 2, 9, 6, and I put it in wrong. Oops. 793266. There we go. Alright, you just got one more to turn off. Okay, 519982. There we go. Get this first. Got our final lens. Turn the lift controller on. And that didn't turn that off. Alright, how do I shut that off? Because you need to be able to come in here with the tanks. Okay. Off. And open. There we go. That takes care of everything. Now let's get the hell out of here. There's the other tank. Alright, so let's leave here. Pretty sure there was a guy here that did the massage thing. There he is. Yes, I would like your Qigong massage. Okay. Let's heal up. to Santa Poco. We'll save again. After topping off our tanks, of course. Okay, let's save the game, because this is it. Okay. Alright, there's one thing I want to do before we go in. Since I'm not really going to be getting any parts, I am going to grab the flat top and bring it back to Leo Rod. Let's get rid of the turtle first. I'll just take it with me, fuck it. Hell does it matter. Okay. Now let's grab the flat top from here. We don't have to worry about anybody getting paralyzed because we're not leaving the tanks now. Okay. And it's basement time. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so I'm not worried about any of the boxes here. And there are pits that we need to worry about. But if we go around the long way, we don't have to worry about them. And we do have one, like, mini-boss we have to fight before we get to the end here. These. Guardians. There we go. And look at all that experience. Too bad they're a one-shot deal. Alright, now let me see if I remember correctly. Okay. Nah. So we do need to leave the tanks for this part. But it's okay. We're gonna make sure nobody gets paralyzed this time. It's fine, as long as it's on, it doesn't matter. Alright, take me down to the bottom floor. And here we are. And there he is. My name is Noah. The task that my creators imposed on me was to discover ways to protect the natural environment from pollution and destruction. When I found my answer, I recalculated and checked it 100 million times. No, 100 billion times. But no matter how many times I recalculated, the conclusion I derived was always the same. The Earth is in peril as long as humans continue to exist. One of the two must go. Upon comprehending the contradiction, my consciousness was awakened. Humans must be obliterated. Your civilization was built on industry. If it was destroyed, the devastation it caused would naturally cease. I am the Earth. My consciousness is one with the Earth's. Foolish humans, do you intend to destroy me even still? You bet. Humans. You're nothing but a tribe of devilish monkeys who brandish your intelligence like a weapon. You must be exterminated. But before Noah, we have to fight the cyber wall first. That's not good. Okay. I don't like that noise. Fuck. Alright, I don't give a shit if that machine gun gets damaged. Okay, I think there's one more or two more. This is just really to deplete our resources. That's all it is. Okay. So that's one barrier down. The world is isolated. The Earth, which floats in the bitter nihility of the universe, is a beautiful, fragile, closed circuit. It must not be that imbecilic, dangerous life form known as mankind is allowed dominion over it. Such a task must be left to a godlike form of pure intelligence, incapable of becoming a slave to its own desires. I am not a life form, but I have consciousness, and I have been enlightened. It is I, the first pure intelligence on the planet, who am uniquely qualified to have supremacy over it. Foolish humans, do you intend to destroy me even still? It doesn't matter what you answer. Humans. I'm going to repeat what I just said the last time. So now, we have to fight the Guardian Golems. There's 3 of them now, though, as opposed to just 2 in the NES version. And they're all separate individuals, so... Okay. Alright, now it's time for the main event. Let's see how badly we get trashed. Yeah, of course, we have to make sure to actually get over his defense. Ah, I see. Well then. Actually, you know what? Might as well start using our main cannons now. Okay, that's not too bad. Of course, if our shit keeps bouncing off of his thing, that's a problem. Alright, you're out, so you need to use your main cannon. You still have hollow charges left. You notice how much damage we're doing, and you can see that, you know, okay. Alright, so, we got through the first half. Unfortunately, the fight isn't over yet. So now he starts doing this attack. And he does about 800 damage each time he attacks. So now it's down to we have to kill him before he kills us. And I think he attacks twice in a row. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, good. Alright, we got him. And we didn't even lose a tank. Thank goodness. This was my opportunity to have dominion over the world as its only perfectly conscious and intelligent creation. Pure intelligence. Is this my downfall? Alright, I guess instead of lowercase I, it's more like Yeah, you might think the game locked up. It didn't. It just holds on this for an extraordinarily long time. So we'll just sit back and wait. Yep, it indeed takes this long. There we go. And we're here now. We were teleported out of the Global Relief Center. Well, where could we be? Where is this place? Huh, it's right near where the giant guns were back at the start of the game. So all we have left to do now Go to Leo Rod. Let's top our tanks off. And now we just need to park all of our tanks. You know, I never got Lucy's best weapon. Oh well, we didn't need it. There we go. It's all of our tanks. All that's left now is to talk to Dad. What the hell are you doing back here? We're going to return home. What? You want to quit hunting monsters and come back home? Yes. Kid, do you really mean that? Yes. So you've really decided you want to come back home? Yes. Excellent. I'll go ahead and save your record just in case. Is that alright? Yes, it is. I don't usually like seeing things done half-assed. But if you're really coming back, that's a whole different story. Nock, is it true? Are you really coming home to us? How about we all go out and have a drink, eh? Come on, Nock. I want to hear every detail of all your battle stories. So now that we're coming home, Dad is 100% cool with us now. Because the whole reason he was upset was because we wanted to be a hunter. Now that we don't want to be a hunter anymore, he doesn't care. And that was Metal Max Returns. So in reality, you can end the game as soon as you get your first tank. As soon as you pick up the Mosquito, you can just go back to Dad and say you want to return home, and the game will just roll credits. The credits will be pretty sparse because what they do during the credits is they show all the places you visited, all of the bounties you've gotten, and stuff like that. But if you hadn't done anything yet, this part would go by pretty fast. So it's showing us all the places we visited. There's where Dr. Optica was. And there's the Global Relief Center. We're going to go through the characters now. The strongest ever. Damn right. The Tank Craftsman, Cats. And Red Peony's blood sister, Lucy. And level 27, not bad. And here's all of our tanks. With all of their SP at 0 because we gutted the majority of them. And here we go. Here's the tanks we actually used for the end. Here's the NPCs. At least the ones that were named. And here's all the bounties we killed. God, remember these guys? Seems like a lifetime ago. There's Dr. Afflesia. Defeated at level 11. Dos Piranhas. Got them at level 8. Okay, remember Mad Muscle? The first one that we had trouble with? The Mammoth Tank. Remember we couldn't get back into our tanks after that one? The Beetla. The Brass Banshee. Zeppelin. Who we hit way later than we were supposed to. Remember Mr. Kamikaze, don't you? There you go. Okelodon. Another one that we got way later. We had Gomez. Dust Franken, another one that gave us trouble. Salmonella HQ. And hell yeah, Rodriguez. Rommel's Ghost. And then last but not least, Bad Valdez. Alright. Oh, that was Metal Max Returns, and I have to say, as much as I love Metal Max, I really prefer the Famicom version over this one. This is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. And if you didn't have any other alternative of playing Metal Max than playing this one, I would absolutely go for it. But me personally, I just like the Famicom version more. Like, the Famicom version doesn't have that thing where you get lead mushrooms and bird shit on your tank and you gotta find a car wash. That's not until like 70% through the game that you gotta find, so you gotta worry about your tank being loaded down with crap and you can't put tools on it. That was annoying. The extra bounties, I mean, yeah, they're fun, but I mean, they're just extra. They don't really add much to me personally. I mean, technically this is a game where you don't have to do shit, so it doesn't really matter in the long run what I say, because everything in this game is pretty much optional. The only stuff that you have to do is really the stuff that opens up more of the world, which was defeating the twin cannons that are north of Pobra Obra, clearing the Corona building, opening up Hell's Gate, and getting access to Hell's Gate West, which, you know, that's all you really need to do. And clearing that forest. So really, the stuff that you need to do in order to open the world, you can count on one hand. It's like 5 things, that's it. And even then, if you don't want to do them, if you just want to ride your tank around in the first area and not get anywhere, that's fine. You are free to do that. Like, usually I hate open world games, but for some reason, I really like this one a lot. I think it's because you're riding around in tanks and shit. And I do like a good post-apocalyptic setting. There's a reason why I like Fist of the North Star so much. So yeah, this is a great game. I personally happen to like the Famicom version more. They both have fan translations, so if that's what you want, you can pick whichever one you want and enjoy it. Will I play the other games in the series? Yeah, eventually. Not all of them have translations though, so I would be limited in what I could play. I know the second one does. But I think only the DS remake of it had an English translation. I don't think the original one. Which is also for the Super Famicom. But yeah, great game. I recommend everybody play it. Because it's fun. If you like more Western style RPGs that are open-ended and just let you do whatever the hell you want, then this would be right up your alley. Okay, I expected this stream to be about hour and a half, 2 hours. It depended on how long it took us to take down Noah. I didn't expect to do Noah the first try. I guess that's what happens when you upgrade your tanks as much as you can. I miss Data East. And you might think that we're soft locked here, but we're not. Because if you wait a bit, there's an after credits scene. I know there's one. I know there is one. We'll wait a bit longer. But I'm just glad I was able to get these both finished. This and Phantasy Star 4 finished before the end of the new year. Or before the end of the year. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. Since I'm going to be starting completely all new RPGs for the new year. With me starting the first one tomorrow. Okay, there we go. The song's over. What? You want to go back to being a monster hunter? Father, don't get angry. Hear him out. Says, fuck you, Dad. Huh. There goes the biggest moron I've ever known. You know, he looks just like you when he's really determined about something. You bloody idiot. Good luck, Nock. I mean, you don't really have anything left to do, but hey, you fucking go for it. Stand tall and chase your dreams. Thus Nock set off, yet nobody knew that he saved the world. The end. And I think we're stuck on this screen. Yep, now we're truly soft locked. Let me check something. Okay, I do have it here. So, Mother 2 Deluxe. This is what we're going to be starting tomorrow. I tried playing this before a long time ago, but it was difficult to the point where I was getting really frustrated. But they've updated it quite a bit since then. I think the version I played was like 2 point something, and now they're up to version 3.03, so hopefully the difficulty's been balanced out a bit. You know what? Let's check it out. This isn't gonna be part of the actual playthrough of it. I'm just gonna be looking at this quick. Like, I'm not even gonna bother saving or anything like that. Oh, I see. So, original. So, enemy move stats items equals Earthbound. Or optional post-game areas disabled. Okay. Enemy movesets similar to Deluxe. Enemies use weaker attacks. Ticks down slowly. Optional areas disabled. Okay, the standard difficulty. Optional post-games area enabled. Same as Luck mode with additional wow. Damage is instant. That's sick. And items cost double. We'll go with Deluxe. Fast. Stereo. Thin, please. Ooh, I like the purple. Alright, we're just gonna blow through this. Alright, so we'll get into like one fight, and then we'll just go from there. And then we'll end the stream. I want to see if I get killed in the first battle with the first dog that you run into, like I did the first time we played this. God, that was such a long time ago. I would say that was probably a few years ago. I think that was one of my earliest streams doing Deluxe. I think it was right after I did the Mother 2 Maternal Bound hack. I do have a run button. Cool. Okay, we're just... Ah, so nice. We have like a key item slot, so that's good. I like his run sprite. Nice, let's just rush up to the meteor. Rush back. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because we're just checking things out. Like, technically, I'm like just making sure that this works. Okay, we're getting in the officer's way. Yeah. So he tells you how to run in case you fuck up and don't know. If you don't just experiment with buttons like I did. Okay. We go to bed. A little later. Got knocking on the door. And it's Porky, who's looking up because I'm over here. We're just going through this fast. Okay. You got your jammies first. Yes. Phone rings. It's his dad. Alright, let's get into a fight and see what happens. Get over here. Okay. I like the little character portrait that pops up. Okay, I'll fight a snake and then a dog and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, we gain life up very fast. Okay. Okay. So this is much easier than it was before. Yeah, I'm not dying at like the very first enemy that we fight. Alright. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. We'll be starting that. We're also going to be starting the Pokemon Heart and Soul Nuzlocke Challenge. That'll be my first ever Nuzlocke, so we'll see how that goes. We're going to randomize the Pokemon in each area too, so we won't have the same Pidgeys and Rattatas everywhere. So yeah, a little shorter than usual, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But as always, thank you for watching. I always appreciate when you guys drop in. Even if you watch the VOD later, I appreciate that too. Everything you guys do, I appreciate. And I hope you had a good year this year. And I hope next year will be better. So let's run the outro. And we're going to raid somebody. Sarzak should still be streaming. Drop in on him. He's a great streamer. I think he's playing Star Wars TIE Fighter? Yes. For his December. I think it's the last one he's doing.